My name is Danielle Benson, and I'm here in South Africa on my dad's balcony on a holiday to visit my family. And I wanted to start my blog in this spot. And most of my posts are going to be in Vancouver, where I live. But I wanted this first post to be here because this is where I feel most myself and most alive. For those of you who know me, you'll know that I grew up in South Africa. And I don't get to visit here very often. My dad's here. I'm staying here at his studio, his artist studio, and it's a great pleasure for me to be able to come here and reconnect. And I always come back to visit my dad when I'm in a big life change and I'm transitioning, and I sit and stare at the ocean day after day and rethink my life. And this is the first time that I've come here and not been in a big transition. I'm not changing jobs, I'm not changing directions in my life, I'm not in between relationships. It's just a time to reconnect and to come back. And it's been very different this time, coming back to a place where every other time I've visited, my soul has been in turmoil and I've been really making big decisions and redefining who I am. And it's been so cool because I feel like I'm connecting to all of those experiences and tapping into each time I made a decision about who I wanted to be and process that, but also I now know who I am, and I'm on a path that I love, and it's cool to start to see how everything winds together and how everything connects. For me, the ocean is a symbol of power and vastness and majesty and changeableness all the time, and I really connect to water images. I use a lot in my work, and I have an emotional connection. I feel like I interpret emotions in water images. So for me, having the ocean behind me here, and we've been going on walks every morning along the ocean, which has been great. And just connecting to that vastness and showing me that my problems aren't that important and that I'm quite small, but that I'm small and connected to this huge universe. I love waking up in the morning and staring at the ocean and watching the waves, and it's different every day, and sometimes they're big and sometimes they're small and sometimes they're different colors. And I feel like that's a lot like people, and we don't admit that. We think that we're always the same. We think that we're always, I'm always this way and this is who I am, but that's not true. And I mean, the ocean doesn't change in itself so much, but the way that it presents itself changes all the time, and we do that too. And I think it's an important image for me, for my soul, and for who I am and how I express myself. On this trip, I realized that I still had a lot of work to do in that department. There's a lot of parts of myself that I hide and I cover up because I'm embarrassed, or I think I'm a bit too weird, a bit too artsy, or a bit too whatever. And I wanted to start this video blog here to remind me of all of those parts of myself, and to integrate all of those parts of myself into everything that I do, and not just kind of push them aside into like my bookshelf and where I hide at home, but to let that out all the time. And I think that's really important, and I want the people whose lives I touch to feel the same way, like they can be their full selves. And for me, this balcony in particular is a symbol of that for me, because this is where I get to come and be myself and play with clay and chat to my dad and try all the things that aren't part of my public self but are very deep significance to me. So I wanted to bring that into this first post because I want to remember it and I want to share it with everyone. As scary as being seen is, I wanted to try that. It felt like a really appropriate start, to start here where I feel so alive and so at home. I have no idea what the rest of my video blogs are going to be like because I haven't done them yet. This is my very first one, but I think this is a good start, and I really wanted to begin with the ocean in Africa, where I grew up, and in a place kind of in my life where I'm pulling all the threads together. And I look forward to exploring this with you. Thanks so much.